Hello, welcome to my non-objective opinion on People's Radio United. I'm Tim, your host. Today we have Ray Johansen of IntelGroup, and we'll be talking to him, but we're going to bring the show in first with a song by Public Enemy, Fight the Power. Then we'll be back with Ray Johansen.
WELOVE 108 FM.
Another summer, sound of the funky drummer. Music hitting your heart, cause I know you got a soul. Hey, listen if you're missing, y'all. Swinging while I'm singing, giving what you're getting, knowing what I knowin', while the black band's sweating. In the rhythm I'm rolling. Gotta give us what we want, gotta give us what we need. Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. Fight the power! 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 We got to fight the powers that be! As the rhythm's designed to bounce with calcium that the rhyme designed to fill your mind. Now that you realize the prize arrives, we got to pump the stuff to make it tough. From the heart it's a start, a work of art to revolutionize, make a change, something strange. People, we are the same, no we're not the same, cause we don't know the game. What we need is awareness, we can't get careless. You say, what is this? My beloved, let's get down to business. Mental self-defense of fitness. Don't rush the show. You got to go with what you know to make everybody see. In order to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. Fight the power. Fight the power. Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power! We got to fight the powers that be! I'm proud, I'm ready, I'm hyped, plus I'm amped. Most of my heroes don't appear in no stamp. Sample look back, you looking, find nothing but rednecks for 400 years if you check. Don't worry, be happy. Was a number one jam. Damn if I said you could slap me right here. Get it? Let's get this party started right. Right on. Come on. What we got to say? Yeah. Power to the people, no delay. Make everybody see. In order to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power! We got to fight!
Hey, we're back with my non-objective opinion on People's Radio United. Today we're here with Ray Johansen of IntelGroup. How you doing today, Ray? I'm really good. I really appreciate you coming on. I love IntelGroup. I love all you guys. You're awesome. So yeah, let's get started. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do within IntelGroup, as much as you can,
So many hats that I could talk for a week about this, but I'm a pirate activist. I am on the board of the Norwegian Pirate Party and on the board of the Pirate Parties International, representing about 40 different countries. I'm an anonymous hacktivist and an activist for human rights and, whistleblowers, leakers, and so forth. I do prison support, work with Free Anons. I'm on the advisory board there with Free Anons. And I'm a family member of Anon IntelGroup. It's really a family. Would you like to know a little bit more about what Anon IntelGroup does?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you next. What exactly, for the people who don't know, what exactly is IntelGroup?
Well, for anybody on social media, Anon IntelGroup is a hashtag, IntelGroup. A lot of people use that tag to get their information shared. It is also a page on Facebook. And it is a group of people, what you might call them old fags. At least they're really knowledgeable about what Anonymous does. And you find them on Twitter, in Anonymous IntelGroup, IntelGroup Global, and so forth. We're dedicated to sharing information about ops and campaigns run within the Anonymous Collective. In a bit of a higher quality than what you see everywhere else.
Yeah, definitely. I'm almost glad that we had to postpone this couple days, this interview, because what happened yesterday in Standing Rock, like only independent media was covering it. I know IntelGroup was one of the people covering it, and they had it blasting, but no mainstream media covers this. So when IntelGroup says we are the media, I believe that is the truth, especially in the future and the coming days. They're going to become more and more. A lot of independent media is, but IntelGroup, especially for Anonymous, I think is really important. Like, what other ways do you think it's important to have things like IntelGroup?
I'm going to use a practical example that is very current. Right now, I'm about to ask you to either put on a track or talk a little bit, because I have to answer an editor in a very large newspaper about something special happening this evening regarding Eric Garner and Hillary Clinton. I just got an email from that newspaper asking to get access to the information before anybody else. And by that, you can conclude that IntelGroup are not among those that attacks media. IntelGroup coordinates and talks with media to help our voice spread further. So what do you say, Tim?
I'm going to go ahead and take us out. Go ahead and take your call, and then just let me know when you're back, okay?
Cool, thank you.
No problem. All right, guys. Ray takes his call. We're going to go to Take the Power Back by Rage Against the Machine.
Crank the music up. in your blue disguise. Lecture up, puncture the structure of life. Dove in our minds and attempted to hold us back. We've got to take it back. Holes in the spirit causing tears and fears. One-sided stories for years and years and years. I'm inferior, who's inferior? Yeah, you need to check the interior of the system. Who cares about only one culture and that? So we gotta take the power back. We gotta take the power back. Come on, come on. We gotta take the power back. Hey, yo, check. We're gonna have to break it down. Oh, shit. In front of the class, but the lesson plan he can't recall. The students' eyes don't perceive the lies mounting up every fucking wall. Closure is well kept. I guess he fears playing the fool. The place the students sit and listen to that bullshit that he'd learned in school. Europe ain't my boat to swing on. Can't learn a thing from it. Yeah, we hang from it. Gotta get it, weatherman. Like a motherfucking weatherman. Expose and close the doors on those who try to strangle and mangle the truth. Cause the circle of hatred continues unless we react. We gotta take the power back. Yeah, we gotta take the power back. Come on, come on. Yeah, we gotta take the power back.
Right, we're back on People's Radio United with My Non-Objective Opinion. We're here with Ray Johansen of IntelGroup. And you said you wanted to explain what you were doing just now. I know we had to leave to go to a song because you had to work on a project.
Well, it goes like this. IntelGroup and I and several others work in this fashion. We have journalists and editors as contacts, and when we have something that's newsworthy, we share it with them, give them the sources they need, because many in IntelGroup have quite a big network of people that knows what's going on. And right now, the situation is that IntelGroup has a bit of a surprise planned for later today. A surprise that concerns Eric Gardner, the guy that was strangled by the cops, and Hillary Clinton. Some of you may have seen some news about that. Anyway, IntelGroup has something brewing, and I just asked The Guardian to run it exclusively for the first hour. We'll see if we succeed, but it's a good example of how IntelGroup works.
Do you guys usually get good reception from the bigger media outlets? I mean, I know some of them, like RT and The Guardian, and you know, some like that. They'll pick us up with the non-issues and help us out a lot. But what about some of the bigger mainstream media outlets? What kind of reception do you get from them?
Well, U.S. Mainstream media is difficult. I just got an answer from the newspaper. Let's see what she says. Okay, I'll get back to your question, which was how we're doing. The U.S., as I said, mainstream media is hard to, get into with anon or activist content. But all across the world, we have good outlets that listen to our ideas and make those ideas into articles. I've been part of several campaigns and ops where we've had more than 1,000 articles written worldwide. Maybe 300 original articles from Scrap Up and 700 copies, if you can call it that.
Yeah, repost.
Yeah. If Associated Press, picks up an article, it will typically be reprinted, to use old school language, in a lot of other outlets. So yes, even though you won't see Anonymous is fantastic in mainstream media around the world, they pick up on what's going on social media and in anon circles. And most of the time, not without quoting us or quoting Anonymous. But that's the point, isn't it? We want to want anon voices to be heard outside our circles.
Exactly.
And to make that happen, we have to speak the language of the mainstream media, don't we?
Yes, we do. Well, can you go over some of IntelGroup's successes and things that they're proud of and accomplishments in the past?
Well, the thing is, Anon IntelGroup does not put our group in front of actions, ops, or campaigns.
I understand that, but I'm saying things that you guys have been involved in that were successes. Because, I mean, you guys are like one of the main people out there amplifying ops. I know for ops I'm involved in, we go to you guys and you guys give us tons of help. I mean, with Ops Arena, with everything else. You're always there to help us out. That's why I was asking, like what have you guys been involved in that's been successful?
Well, as you can hear, I'm a bit stressed at the moment. You may hear the pinging.
Yeah.
Just hold on a second, will you?
Okay. No problem. All right, we're here with Ray Johansen, my non-executive opinion, People's Radio United. He's taking a quick break to handle something real quick. We're talking about IntelGroup for anyone listening right now, just coming in. You want me to play another song, Ray, and then we can come back into this?
I'm good to go.
Okay.
Just hold on for a second. I'm just looking at... You do realize, let's call it our founding father. He's called 88 Black Hats on Twitter.
I love hats, yeah.
And James St. Patrick on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm just looking up our interview with him. And we asked him, would you care to name any particular ops that IntelGroup, past or present, supports or participates in? And then he lists a few. Of course, Up Ferguson, which is a little while back. We worked with the streamers on the ground. And then Up Darien Hunt, worked with the victims and the victim's mother. Then Up I Can't Breathe, which is, well, it's pretty current.
Yeah.
The oldest daughter of Garner, Erica Gardner, and also still going strong, Up Serena Shim, which also is working with the victim's mother. She's called Judy.
Yeah. Judith
And
Poe.
yeah, then of course you have Up Flint. Those are but a few of the ops or campaigns that IntelGroup has taken a more active part in.
Yeah, I could say I've said this before on other broadcasts. Without IntelGroup, Op Serena Shim would have been a lost op right now. You guys came in, Hats contacted me and it was like, what can we do to help? And then you guys just started really blasting it and promoting it, and all of a sudden it just took off, and it was really good because that was at a time when we had no support. Nobody was backing us. It was like just a few anons on the op, and we were just so stressed. Like, what are we gonna do? We got to get justice. And then IntelGroup came in, and boom, you guys just amplified it like a million times. It was so amazing. I can't thank you guys enough for that. It's totally awesome. But yeah, that's what IntelGroup does. It just, in my opinion, it really helps out so many ops. I don't know if you guys even know how much help it is and how appreciative so many people are. I know how appreciative Judith is, Serena Shim's mother, for IntelGroup. She says it all the time on Twitter. So yeah, right now you're doing stuff with Laurie Love too, and the Courage Foundation.
Yes, good of you to ask. I've been a part of the efforts to help Laurie Love for, well, almost 16 months now, but only in a really active part of it through #tag Free Laurie Love since May or something like that. And we're a crew that works alongside and with the Courage Foundation on that.
Okay, some people might not know. You want to tell people a little bit about who Laurie Love is and his situation and what's going on right now with the extradition and all that? Sure.
Well, Laurie Love was one of many that got really upset when Aaron Swartz took his own life after being harassed by the U.S. What do you call it? U.S. court system? Is that the right word?
Yeah, criminal justice system.
Yeah, the criminal justice system. Laurie Love was allegedly mad at the U.S. after that, and Last Resort, as it was called, had a lot of supporters. The U.S. is contending that, or three jurisdictions, including New Jersey and New York, I think, are contending that he attacked really sensitive installations in the U.S. He basically was alleged to have hacked the shit out of very central, defense installations in the U.S.
Yeah, I think it was some kind of military. I don't know exactly where, but it was something that had to do with defense or military or something.
Yeah. Anyway, what happened was Laurie got raided and charged. Then an extradition request came from the U.S. To extradite him to the U.S. And for the last year or so, we've been going through the courts in the U.K., where just a couple of weeks back, or 3 weeks back, the courts decided that Laurie Love could be extradited to the U.S. The case is now in the hands of the Home Secretary of the UK. when he signs, Laurie Love has 14 days to appeal that decision, or else he will be sent to the U.S., possibly facing 99 years in prison. This is not something anybody would like to see. So a lot of people are working hard to make sure that doesn't happen. Would you like me to tell you about the last couple of weeks' activities by activists and Courage Foundation?
Yeah, and also about the MP's letter. But I just got to say, 99 years. That's 100 years. I mean, murderers here do like 15 to 25. They really want to set an example of, they want to scare people. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I do agree. I have trouble finding out or understanding why they would, go after Laurie Love like this for what he allegedly did. And all the words I could come up with are vindictiveness, pettiness, and, as you said, making an example. But I don't think anybody's court system, especially when you're going international and demanding an extradition, you should use that to make an example. We're talking about people here, and for God's sake, they left the barn doors open, and allegedly Laurie Love just walked in there. Think about if the Russians had walked in there. In potentially systems that guard the atomic security of the U.S. or whatever you call it in real English. It's sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just heard from the newspaper. Just give me a couple of seconds. I'll get back to the MP letters thing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I got it. It was a short message. Last week or so, Free Laurie Love, which is the Twitter tag that quite a few of us use to run the Free Laurie hashtag. We got asked by the Courage Foundation to help them, make several MPs sign a letter addressed to President Obama, asking him to stop or to remove the extradition request for Laurie Love. Laurie Love had already visited the Parliament and gotten a couple of MPs. I think it was 9 actually, to sign a letter saying that please don't extradite Laurie Love. And the reasoning being that he actually is autistic, among other things. Anyway, I then asked Courage Foundation if we should target all the 640 MPs on Twitter. Because we happen to have all of the members of Parliament's Twitter handles.
Yeah.
They said yes, and within 48 hours or so, we got quite a bit of traction on it, a couple of million social media impressions, and 113 MPs in total, that is 1 in 6 MP, actually signed the letter, which is unheard of. Having one Parliament actually supporting a hacker is one thing. Having 113 do it, it's got to be some kind of social media activist record or something.
Yeah, I mean, he's a brilliant guy, and I know he's said this is making him suicidal. Have you heard anything about how he's doing personally and his family in the last few weeks?
Well, I would hate to share anything personal.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that since the judge, she's called Judge Tempia, decided that there was nothing standing in the way of his extradition, his stress level has gone through the roof. And what is public knowledge is his medical conditions, his autism or a variant of autism, and a horrible eczema, if that's the right English word.
Yeah, eczema. Yeah, it's a skin condition. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a skin condition that also, well, when you're stressed, it gets worse.
Yeah, I know some people with it, and it definitely, whenever they get stressed out, it does get worse.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to say about his personal situation is that uh, a few of us have agreed that we should not put any pressure on Laurie in the coming few weeks and let him concentrate on his personal life. That might tell you what needs to be said.
Yeah. No, I was just asking because I mean, I follow him on Twitter. I've talked to him, not in a DM, but just publicly a couple times, and he seems like such a great guy. I mean, it's just his Twitter's always filled with like some kind of happy stuff or going ons, and I know he's got to be under tremendous stress. I can't imagine what he's feeling right now. That's a horrifying situation for anybody. Anybody, doesn't matter who. So just on the
Well,
human level, I wanted to, I'm hoping he's okay and he's going to get through this, and I hope they don't extradite him.
well, he's never going to be okay. In general, nobody can be okay when the full force of the U.S. government is landing on their heads, and in addition, their own, I'm sorry, fucking government
Yeah,
is supporting that action. But as you say, well, he lives up to his last name, Love, and
definitely.
he's extremely positive. And I've been very fortunate to meet him, and he's just as brilliant as you can see by his tweets. Maybe even more so.
Yeah, I can imagine. So how does IntelGroup tie into this? I mean, what have they been able to do to help with this situation with Lori?
Well, that's really simple. What you need to do is get information out there, and uh, IntelGroup is one of the most important tools that I have at my disposal to get information out there. And well, let's look at the numbers. From May until now, about 60 million social media impressions, about 200 articles, half of them in mainstream media, about 1,000 on top of that of copies of Associated Press and so forth. And of course, the point of having a strong, credible social media presence like IntelGroup is keeping the pressure up, just like with a couple of the other ops that we mentioned
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
So IntelGroup is integral to Laurie Love, Free Laurie Love, and a lot of other campaigns and ops.
Yeah, well, let me ask you this. I mean, I know I'm in the U.S. There's people all over. People all over that listen to this. Not a ton of them, but enough maybe where they could spread it around. What could we do, like here and in the UK, and just the average person to help Lori Love's situation? Is there anything we could do?
Well, of course there is. If you're in the UK, you should, of course, visit the hashtag Free Laurie, and also visit freelaurie.com. And if you're in the UK, you should really, really make a phone call, write a letter, or email your member of parliament, your local MP. There's a long tradition in the UK for doing that. It has helped tremendously up to now, and it continues to be an important tool. When you're international, in Europe or in the US or in Asia for that matter, it helps to keep the story alive and just retweet or create your own tweets saying what you think about the overreach of the US government and that the fact that they should not be led to, rendition a person when all he did was allegedly walk in open doors. The U.S. should have secured their systems and not because they were embarrassed. Pick one of the people that allegedly took part in Op last resort and throw the book at him.
Yeah, it just seems like you said, it's vindictive. It's just ridiculous. I can't even fathom the 100-year part of this. I mean, it's really, it's like, I mean, I live in the U.S. and I see people do horrible things and get no time or very little time, but they always seem to have a lot of time to hand out to anybody who hacks something that can embarrass them or show the crookedness and corruption within the government. It's always that's the worst thing you could do here.
Well, that cannot be anything else but petty vindictiveness.
Yeah, that you said it. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play another song real quick. We're gonna take a quick break for 4:30, and then we'll be back. The song's my favorite, "Mutiny" by The Coup. Boots Riley and Twali Kweli was on here as well. Here we go.
There it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Check it out. Move. If you got the nerve, lash out for your just desserts. It's not just the words. Some of y'all heads up in the cloud. I'ma bring y'all back to earth. It's black back to burn. Bullshit y'all talking about. Out your mouth, I'm not concerned. Cause y'all got to learn. It's y'all turn like Detroit Red when his head had an ultra perm. The long walk will burn your bare heels, so throw on your boots. The game camouflage like army suits, but I can see it more clear cause I came with the coupe in here. Ring the alarm, inform the troops. Send them out into the world, go to war on the fluke. Eye to eye with the enemy you sworn to shoot. Now I'm coming at your neck, sick of hearing something wrong with me. Motherfucker, something wrong with you. When the cheap just way too smart to question. The enemy, the brothers of a dark complexion. The governments of the world is shark infested. They heavy on weaponry like Charlton Heston, man. Look, it gets low, man. Real low. Now I'm talking about. Yeah, that. Yeah.
I ain't rocking with you. So what you gon' do?
My favorite mutiny. Yeah,
cause I'm right on with you. Your logic does not compute.
Come on, it's my favorite mutiny. Death to the pigs is my basic statement. I spit street stories till I taste the pavement. Trying to stay out the pen where we face enslavement. Had a foolproof hustle till they traced the payments. I was gripping my palm around some shitty rum. Trying to find Psalm number 151. To forget what I'm owed as I clutch the Komodo red. Put down the bottle and come get the gun. Let's get off the chain like Kunta Kinte with a Mac 10. That one was gone like $1 in a crack den. Steadily subtracting seeds and stems. Mind clouded through the weeds and phlegm. Numbing my brain off of that and the Jesus hymns. If we waiting for the time to fight, these is them telling us to relax while they ease it in. We getting greased again. The truth I write is so cold it'll freeze my pen. I'm Boots Riley, it's a pleasure to meet you. Never let they punk ass ever defeat you. They got us on the corner wearing pleather and see-through. All y'all's gold mines, they wanna deplete you. I ain't just finna rap on the track, I'm finna clap on the back. And it's been stacking to that 500 years before Iceberg ever leaned back in the lack. Before they told Rosa Black in the back. Before the CIA told Ricky Ross to put crack in the sack. Then Gil Scott traded rapping for smack. This beat alone should get platinum plaques. I'd rather see a million of us ecstatic to scrap. Cause if we bapping them back, we automatically stack.
Check it out. I ain't rocking with you. So what you gon' do?
It's my favorite mutiny.
I ain't rocking with you. Your logic does not compute.
My favorite view.
Yeah, Mr. Cal like chewing C, rebooting me, activating the community. Up in the bay like QEP, they sucker free. It remind me of the BK, there's love for me. But the beast got it twisted, I'll untangle it. The black mind intertwined like the roaster used to hang us with. This my favorite shit. I came in the game with a new way to spit. They got your question there, who you banging with? Take it back to M-Hotep, go a step deeper like a poor righteous teacher with holy intellect. Killer flow for all my real niggas left, but inform the family of the jigaboo that there's been a death. Once again, you can feel hip-hop underground, still about my guap. Gangster like fuck the cops, Talib Kweli, revolutionary MC, and that ain't about to stop.
I ain't rocking with you, so what you gon' do?
It's my favorite mutiny.
I ain't rocking with you, your logic does not compute.
Hey, we're back with my non-objective opinion on People's Radio United. We're here with Ray Johansen of IntelGroup. We were talking about Laurie Love a minute ago, and we wanted to give another hashtag real quick, which is no love for U.S. government. And either that or free Laurie Love. This is really important, you guys, because this is an issue kind of like an old show we did with Kevin Cooper. This is somebody who's actually going to end up going to prison for a long time. And if we act now together, united, we could probably save him from having to go through this living hell and not be extradited. That's what we're hoping. So please, please, please get involved with the Laurie Love thing. No love for U.S. government and free Laurie Love on Twitter. So, Ray, you also...
Here.
I'm sorry, what?
Here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you also do a lot of work with the Pirate Party in Iceland, right?
Well, I'm not centered around Iceland except for this week.
Okay.
Because, I'm in the Pirate Party in Norway and the Pirate Party Internationals, but right now, on Saturday, there's going to be an election, and the pirates there, headed by Birgitta Jonsdottir, formerly of WikiLeaks, are going to, win the election with, 21 to 24% of the votes tonight. And tomorrow there's a party. The party you can find on the Pirates for Iceland hashtag, or you can use... Well, if you go there, you will find a URL where you will also see live streaming from the parties in Iceland, the actual parties, because it is a party, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a party because you got a good party finally in office, right?
Oh, well, you got it. I'm not sure your listeners will, but the URL is piratesforiceland.party, funnily enough. I'm here saying this out loud after a couple of million social media impressions, and it's a little bit funny or funky. I don't know.
Maybe both.
Maybe.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about what the Pirate Party stands for? Real briefly, I mean, I know it'll take forever to go into everything, but kind of just briefly what it is and what it stands for.
Well, we seem to have lost each other for a second there. Would you mind repeating that?
I'm sorry. I said, could you tell us what the Pirate Party is exactly and what it stands for? Like how they view, how they're different than other political parties, I guess.
Well, the last part, how they're different from other political parties, is we're quite adverse to governments, actually. The way governments have let corporatism, globalism take over, and the way democracy has been, to be frank, has been getting fucked. Getting power back down to the people is one of the main things. But the Pirate Party, it's a label adopted by the political parties in different countries. We typically support civil rights, direct democracy, participation in government, and of course reform of copyright and patent law. And free sharing of knowledge and information wants to be free is central to any pirate's thinking. Privacy, transparency, freedom of information, anti-corruption, and network neutrality are central to any pirate, in my humble opinion, of course.
So it's basically the total opposite of any Democrat, Republican, Labor Party, or Tory or anything.
Well, thank you. You said it, but I wholeheartedly agree.
That's a beautiful thing. I wish we had a pirate party in U.S. that was something, like a main party where people could vote. I would actually vote.
Yeah, it actually makes me really happy to see the last 24 hours. A lot of anons have, retweeted, supported the Pirates for Iceland hashtag. A lot of them seem to, want to be a part of this party, and that makes me super happy.
Yeah, I think Pirate Party aligns itself definitely with an anarchistic kind of worldview, I think. And a lot of anonymous, that's kind of how we feel. I mean, most anons I work with are anarchistic in some way in their philosophy.
Mm. Well, what I want to mention is that there are two types of pirates, actually. One is the politicians, or those that want to, I don't know, get into government and change the government from within. They will be different politicians, but they will still be politicians. And there is nothing, not a type of people that anons typically hate more than politicians. But then there is the other group of pirates. Those are the pirate activists. And the pirate activists are welcome in the pirate party, among the pirate party. I am one of them. But we are also very free to do the things that we think are right, like hacktivism, enforcing transparency, actually taking part in ops and campaigns, and to a certain extent, actually advocating breaking laws, like hacking somebody to prove that they're lying sons of bitches, breaking the Constitution or the laws and doing evil shit. So,
but morally, in my opinion, that's correct, and that's the right thing to do. The wrong thing to do is suppress the people that are trying to get the truth out, which is what the governments do. I mean, law is law, but at the same time, there's right and wrong, and law isn't always right.
Yeah, there you go. The pirate activists are ruled by right and wrong, and it is obviously wrong to make laws or enforce laws that keep citizens from, keeping their human rights, like privacy or free speech or whatever. So, of course, when a government does something wrong, and the media or mainstream media simply do not cover it, activists have to enforce transparency. That means hack the shit out of them and prove that what they're up to is wrong.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I always say this, Ray. I always say it, and I think people don't believe me. Even in the U.S., the citizens have all the power. The problem is they keep us divided and stupid, so we don't know it. I mean, we could boycott, we could shut things down. We could do so much if we're united. But as long as they keep us divided and we don't realize we have power, we'll just act like little sheep and let them take over, and we'll probably never have a pirate party that could rise to, to be a main thing somewhere like here. It's all up to the people, and that's why I love the pirate party, because it's a people's party. And
that's exactly it. It's a really easy and snappy way to say it, but it is also true, very true. Part of the problem right now, because the pirate party is having growing pains, the only place we're really successful is in Iceland right now. Typically, the last 2 years in elections, between 0.9 and 1.8% of the vote. In Norway, which is where I live right now, I sort of understand it, because everybody has enough money, or more money than they know what to do with. So they're more into, should I buy the third 52-inch screen, or the new iPhone? Those are, when your belly is full and you're content, that's all you really want to do. You don't want to get involved in a battle against the government or break any laws. You don't want to do that. What do you call that in English? When you get complacent, is that it?
exactly, yeah. That's so much everywhere. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, let me ask you this: in the U.S., we have a real big disparity between rich and poor people. There's a lot of people that don't. I mean, they work really hard all day and they don't make enough money to survive. These people, some people have two jobs just to survive here. It's really a horrible place. So, but these people still always support the rich, support the corporations, and love their Democrats or their Republicans, and will stand by them forever. What would be the way to get these people to wake up and see that we need something different, in your opinion? Because I mean, I have no idea. I've tried so many different ways.
Well, the disparity, if that's the right word, between the rich and the poor, or the ever increasing gap in the U.S. between the middle class and the very rich, it is bound for something to happen. I'll get back to that. The thing is, in the U.S. and maybe everywhere else, we have let this happen. We have used our votes, but we haven't used our votes in a proper way, if you will, because still these governments are formed that are based on corporations' money. And why that happens, not really sure. Maybe in your country may have something to do with the allure of the American dream, but I do not know.
You know, everybody here, not everybody, but I'm that's a generality. But a lot of people here, they truly believe that if they work hard enough, they'll be a billionaire. They have a chance. And I try to explain to these people, like, you've worked at this job 20 years, you can hardly survive. You live in a tiny little place, you know, you're having trouble paying your bills, and you feel you didn't work hard enough to be a billionaire. They don't realize most billionaires are born billionaires, most of them. I know there's some that, you know, but everybody here does have that American dream, like, oh, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to have millions of dollars, I'm going to have, and then as time goes by, they don't have it, but they still keep believing that's the case, and they're just a failure, not the system. I don't know how to combat that either.
Well, what's going to happen in time, because what is it called in English? Time is the great equalizer.
Yeah.
What's going to happen in time is simply this. Things are going to get so bad that people will revolt. When that is going to happen, I have no idea. But surely when the water has become too expensive to buy, and there is little or no food to put on the tables of the table of your children, then something is going to happen. There is going to be violence. There is going to be blood. We know this because, you know, all of your country and maybe some of ours have been militarized. You don't see the local sheriff wandering around with his sheriff cap tipped backwards and a 38 on his hip. They're fully militarized. Just look at the people in North Dakota right now that are simply running over the indigenous people with military equipment. At some point, a lot of the people are going to get really pissed off, and there's going to be blood in the streets. I want to end my little rant here with the following thing I read just 3 or 4 days ago. It was a report that stated that 80% of the U.S. population were $200 per week away from destitution, you know, being really poor or qualifying as a UN, qualifying as against the UN standard of poor people.
Yeah, I believe it. That seems, from what I see, that seems like pretty legit.
So I don't know. Next year, the year after, we're going to be seeing more people, not just the inner city people, of which quite a lot are African Americans, but the inner city people with no education and no future, when it comes to finding a job, they will simply not take it anymore. You do know hungry people will revolt.
Yeah, I don't want it to have to get to that, but I mean, everybody I talk to and me myself, we all see it coming. We don't know when or how, but we see something horrible around the horizon. It's not getting any better here. It's more like they're locking us down every way they can, every time they can, taking away this right, that right. Everything becomes criminalized. It's terrible. I mean, really, I never, and it only gets worse. I don't even know how to make it better. These people keep doing the same thing over and over again, voting for the same people, believing the same lies, teaching their children the same bullshit, patriotic, this and that. It's like they brainwash people from birth here to believe that the system they're in is so free, and it's not free at all.
Mm. One of the central things that IntelGroup makes sure that we spread is that message that Anonymous is nonviolent at its core from the beginning. So we and good parts of Anonymous try to say that as often as we can. But at some point in the future, when we are met with militarized police forces, there's going to be no way around it. You will never see Anonymous except shills or feds or snitches. They will market, let's start an armed revolution. But real Anons will never do that. But again, at one point, something will happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's inevitable. I was talking to a couple activists a few shows back, and I asked them the same thing because they were like, it has to be peaceful. And I said, well, how long can you have peaceful protest against a violent government that doesn't care, that attacks your people? Because eventually, if you get a big enough protest, I mean, I was here, the LA riots, they brought in the National Guard and started shooting people, citizens. And that's how it ended. People were scared to go back out in the streets to do anything. So, I mean, I have no doubt our military and police would shoot us down in a second if given the order. And it's really just insane.
Yeah, so you were brought up in LA then?
Yes.
So you went through all of these big events. Well, it started with the LA riots, right?
Well, I mean, the Watts riots were before, but I wasn't alive then. That was in the 60s. But the LA riots were in 92, and I was around for those.
Mm.
It was surreal.
Yeah, and then you had was it a few years after that the football player that allegedly killed
O.J. Simpson, yeah.
The O.J. Simpson thing must have been tense too, right?
Honestly, I was hospitalized and couldn't walk during that, so I was angry because I could only lay in front of the television, and that was the only thing on. I couldn't watch anything else, and it was just so I didn't even care about it at the time. But yeah, it was a big deal, and everyone was all into that.
Well, I just saw I digress, but I just saw a documentary about the, what should I call it, introduction of crack cocaine in California.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the CIA's participation in that.
Yeah, the CIA brought it in, and they basically, there was a dude named Freeway Rick Ross and a couple other cats, but I know they allowed these guys to become really like huge drug dealers and just spread the crack all through the West Coast and through the whole country eventually. Yeah, he's like the most He's one of the most famous gangsters. Everybody knows Freeway Rick's name. But yeah, the CIA did. Then they locked him away. They turned on him and locked him up for a long time.
But speaking as someone from across the pond, as we say,
yeah,
it is sometimes quite incredible to us how you all just accept the police shooting everybody. Not everybody, I know, not everybody, but shooting people that are unarmed and stuff like that. We just don't get how you do not rise up and say enough is enough. What do you think that is about?
You know what I think it is? I think because a lot of us do. I mean, a lot of us are furious about it. A lot of us go out and protest, but not enough. But what I think it is like I said before, they brainwash us here from birth. So along with the patriotism and everything, you hear the policemen are your friends, the policemen are good guys. And a lot of people in the inner city, and of course black people and Latino people and natives and non-white people, they got to deal with that daily. But the majority of the U.S. still is white. And these people say policemen are our friends. Those people are criminals. I mean, look at Donald Trump. These people are racist, a lot of them, like blatantly racist. And if they're not showing it, it's in their mentality. So they're like, oh, he was Mexican or he was black. He's a criminal. And the sick thing is, a lot of black and Mexican people do the same thing. If the police shot him, he's a criminal. Why else would he be doing that? Why else would that be going on? And it's just, nobody wants to really wake up. I think more and more now people are starting to see. But I mean, you got to realize this isn't anything new here. This has been going on way before video cameras. Yeah. These police here are corrupt, and they always have been, and they've picked on communities of color more than anything else throughout history. I mean, our police started as slave patrols going to catch runaway slaves, which they considered white people's property. That's where the police in the United States were founded and evolved from that. So
it's like a heritage from the South and from a couple of hundred years back, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's a horrible thing, but people think they're heroes. It's like soldiers. They go and invade another country and kill innocent people and come back here, and they do all this and to raise funds for corporations. They come back here and the people say, "Oh, thank you for for our freedom. Thank you for standing up to keep me free." And in my mind, I'm like, how the hell are they invading another country, robbing them blind, killing people? How is that keeping you free? But these people have no clue. They're so brainwashed here, man. You're lucky you're not from here, honestly.
Well, I don't have any solutions to anything, really. I'm not an intellectual by any means, but I do know that education is a key. And again, from the outside, it just looks like you're going to school, to college, just to actually get a lot of debt and party a lot. That's what it looks like. And if you don't learn anything in school or later in college, no wonder you're, making some bad decisions or are not open to seeing what the fuck is wrong here.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people with college degrees that are homeless too here. An education here doesn't guarantee you're going to have a good job or anything. I mean, I have a college education, and I was laid off my job, and now I'm like basically working for such a low wage, it's hard to even survive. It's just, I mean, and I was making a lot of money, like more than most people. When I got laid off, everything changed. It's hard to find work. Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's not I mean, I'm sure there's places in the world that are much worse than here, unfortunately. But I mean, it's just, from my point of view, it could be so much better here, but it's not. And that's what bothers me. The problem seems so simple to fix. If these greedy ass people would just let go and let the people, have some rights and be free, and it would be a much better place.
Yeah, well, it just seems so stupid, so silly to me that you can accept your federal government spending billions, maybe trillions, on going to war. What is it, 228 years out of total 232 years?
Something like
It,
that.
yeah, it's hard to understand how you can even accept it. Anyway. The a society, you can measure a society by how they treat their weakest, and in the U.S., again from the outside, not knowing it directly or understanding it directly, seem to treat the poor, the mentally ill, really badly, and
Horribly.
yeah, and again, it becomes quite easy to theorize, because I don't want to tell it like, pretend like I know what it is like, but it becomes easy to theorize that, well, you have a lot of serial murderers in the US and we have none. And the difference is that we treat our mentally ill, and you don't. You put them on the streets. And again, the inner cities, the minorities. I met IntelGroup people the first time during Ferguson. At that point, I was quite, I don't know, positive for the future, because there were so many people from all over the world, I mean globally, getting into the work that Ferguson spurred. But now, a couple of years later, I'm feeling a little bit depressed.
Yeah, I'm depressed every day about this. I mean, it's just like, what will it take to wake these people up? It's going to take something tragic, unfortunately, and it shouldn't have to. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the smartest. I'm far, far, far from the smartest person anywhere. And I see that how terrible it is here. I see how the people are suffering. I mean, in my mind, a society that's working properly would start with the homeless people and the mentally ill people and the people that are sick, and take care of them, spend tax money to get them the medical care they need, to get them the housing they need, to get them the education they need, and to help them move up, instead of starting wars and bailing out banks and corporations all the time. If you have a society that takes care of the weakest people and the most hurting people, the rich people could take care of themselves. But in this society, we take care of the rich. Everybody idolizes them. They look up to them. I mean, look at your, I don't know if your Twitter feed's the same as mine, but things like Standing Rock was going on yesterday, and I'm seeing all this stuff about this celebrity or that celebrity going up on my timeline. And I was so angry, I think I unfollowed like 20, 30 people for that. Like, you're not talking about anything important right now, and this is so important and it's happening. And you're talking about sporting events and celebrities, and that's how the people here are.
Mm.
The rich people are important. Real news, that's boring and that's silly and that's stupid. But what Jay-Z and Beyonce are doing, or Brad Pitt and whoever, that's what's important here. Or the sports star, the sports, whichever team's going to win or do this or that. That's what's important here.
Yeah, when you said that, I chuckled inside, because last night I was keeping an eye on the Your Anon News feed on Twitter. They have like 1.66 million followers or something.
Yeah, I love you. You're in our news.
Yeah, I love them too, most of the time. But
Yeah.
in the middle of NODAPL, the North Dakota thingy.
Yeah, Dakota, no Dakota Access Pipeline. Yeah.
Yeah, in the middle of that, I found some U.S. sports results. Some fucking team winning over another team in something you called football, but is played with your motherfucking hands.
Yeah.
And Urano News is supposed to be a signal boost for Anon Ops. What the hell has sports results from the U.S. got to do with Anonymous? But hey, we're all people, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm wondering. I know. I've tried to use some on my accounts in the past. It didn't work out so hot. I tried to use some things that would auto tweet from certain hashtags and stuff, and then you get some really weird stuff, and you realize that's not what I'm doing. I'm wondering if that might have been what it was, or if they actually tweeted that.
Oh yeah, I know a couple of the people in there. I think I know who tweeted that and who watched that, but that's not important. Thing is,
Okay.
I like IntelGroup's stream a little bit more. It is less U.S. centric, and you will not get sport results there. I promise you.
Yeah, that's what I don't want to get. You're breaking up a little bit. Are you still there, Ray?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah. Now, what would you recommend, or what should I ask, or we should ask everyone that's listening to do? How can they support Intel Group? I mean, beside just retweeting and watching the feed and passing it around, is that what's needed? Is there a better way to support Intel Group?
Oh, very simply put, Anon Intel Group, it stands for intelligence. It means we need information. The best way to share information with the Intel Group family is to use the hashtag Intel Group when you tweet something that you think might be important related to hacking, important related to the US, or important for Anon Intel Group globally. Because we watch that tag stream all the time. And we will signal boost your shit if it's good or relevant. So that's the absolute best way to make Intel Group stream even better.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you one last question about something we were talking about. Well, the song was playing earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to get your ideas on it, and it's just the whole thing with Anonymous right now. I know pretty much every time I do something with a group of Anons, whether it be working on an op to just working on some broadcast stuff, there's always some kind of internal conflict. And I'm wondering, how do we deal with that one, and how do we try to move forward where this doesn't happen so much?
Well, that's an age-old question and really difficult to answer. But you treat people that want something because of their own ego, like they're the plague or a troll. You silence them to death. You turn your back, not physically, but by not responding to them. That's the only effective means I have found.
So kind of knock their ego down a little bit, like until you feel like you're an equal with me and we all can work together, we're just not going to deal with you, because that's the problem. Yeah, I know. I'm asking you this because, like I said, I'm always in the middle of these things. It's ridiculous. Like every time I'm in the middle, because I try to get along, and I realize even if I have an issue with somebody, the more important thing at hand is the operation we're working on, or the what we're doing is more important than anything I could have a problem with you about, unless as long as you're not a Fed or something. But like an Anon, it's a solid Anon that just has an ego or something. It's like we have to get this done. Just I don't know why these people can't just let go of that, or their little issues and bickering with this guy said something or this person or she didn't. I don't like her or him. It's just so annoying, man. And I'm going to say this, like, we need to really get along for the betterment of the ops and making things better. And people need to think about that before they start bickering. They need to say, hey, this op is important to me, and this op takes precedence over everything else. Like, as far as my issue with that person could be dealt with after the op is over or something. But yeah, I like your not, kind of just like giving them the silent treatment, turning your back on them for a while till their ego dies down a little bit. That's a smart move. I like that.
It's the only thing that has ever worked. Some people have, tried to use whatever little cred I have and go straight to their face and tell them to shut the fuck up. But that only spurs more ego. And so the best thing is the silent treatment. But you could, if you have a style like yours or 88 Black Hats, aka St. James, the founder of IntelGroup.
James St. Patrick, yeah.
He never gets into it, and he always calms people down, and refuses to get in the middle of shit, and refocuses people on the object at hand, the objective, the motivation, the op. And if you could do that in a non-aggressive way, that can be effective too. So I'll let my last words be, if you cannot do unity, you cannot be anonymous.
Great last words. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Is there anything else you think we missed or you want to say about any of the other stuff we talked about, or anything we didn't talk about that you want to shout out on here before we go?
No, on behalf of IntelGroup, I'm going to say thank you to you, Tim, and wish everybody good luck in the coming months.
All right. Thanks so much, Ray. Everyone should support IntelGroup. That's at Anon IntelGroup on Twitter?
Yes.
Okay, at Anon IntelGroup on Twitter. And also on November 5th, all these stations, the non-UK radio, the View Up Here, People's Radio, we're all teaming up to bring you a giant, all day long, non-stop broadcast of the Million Mask March. So stay tuned. We're going to have more information on all of our Twitter feeds for that as well. And thanks again, Ray. I really appreciate you coming on here. And we're going to take you guys out with Changes by Tupac.
No changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. Get it back to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then changed. That's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh yeah. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
I see no changes, all I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. We under, I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the wasted. Take the evil out the people, they'll be acting right. Cause both black and white and smoke a crack tonight. And the only time we chill is when we kill each other. It takes skill to be real time to heal each other. And although it seems evident, we ain't ready to see a black president. It ain't a secret, don't conceal the fact. The penitentiary's packed and it's filled with blacks. But some things will never change. Try to show another way, but it's staying in the dope game. Now tell me what's a mother to do. Being real don't appeal to the brother in you. You gotta operate the easy way.
I made a G today,
but you made it in a sleazy way. Sell it back to the kids.
I gotta get paid.
Well, hey, but that's the way it is.
Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Hear me.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh yeah. That's just the way it is.
to make a change. It's time for us as a people to start making some changes. Let's change the way we eat, let's change the way we live, and let's change the way we treat each other. You see, the old way wasn't working, so it's on us to do what we gotta do to survive. And still I see no changes. Can a brother get a little peace? It's war on the streets and a war in the Middle East. Instead of war on poverty, they got a war on drugs so the police can bother me. And I ain't never did a crime I ain't have to do, but now I'm back with the facts, giving it back to you. Don't let them jack you up, back you up, crack you up, and pimp smack you up. You gotta learn to hold your own. They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone. But tell the cops I can't touch this. I don't trust this. When they try to rush, I bust this. That's the sound number 2. You say it ain't cool. My mama didn't raise no fool. And as long as I stay black, I got a stage strap. And I never get to lay back. Cause I always gotta worry about the payback. Some buck that I roughed up way back. Coming back after all these years. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. That's the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. You're my brother, you're my sister. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Some things will never change.